Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
A rising star on Detroit's rap scene gunned down last night, and his own mother was there to see it all tonight. She is speaking with the Local 4 defenders.
Almost 2 months after baby boys were rushed to the hospital here in Ecorse, victims of child abuse, with one of them dying, today charges against a second adult.
After months of pressure, criminal charges are announced in the death of Breonna Taylor.
Detective Hankinson fired his weapon 10 times, including from a outside sliding glass door and through a bedroom window.
Now, with only one of the officers charged with a crime, protesters take to the streets of Louisville saying justice has not been served. Today's charges come 194 days after Taylor was fatally shot.
And since then, her name has become a rallying cry for justice nationwide. But today's announcement hasn't seemed to answer all the questions and frustrations. Jay Gray is in Louisville tonight.
Hey there, good evening, Devin. Good evening, Kimberly. Right now, protests going on across this city. Here at the memorial in the center of downtown Louisville, it's been set up for months. There are mixed emotions after today's announcement.
In the matter of Commonwealth of Kentucky versus Brett Hankinson.
A Jefferson County grand jury today charging Louisville police officer Brent Hankinson with 3 counts of felony wanton endangerment in the death of Breonna Taylor. Hankinson, one of 3 officers who fired shots the night she was killed.
I know that not everyone will be satisfied with the charges we've reported today.
At least 6 officers have been at the center of an internal investigation into how and why Taylor died. After police with a no-knock warrant stormed her apartment looking for drugs. Taylor's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, says he thought they were intruders shooting at the officers who fired back, killing Taylor. More than 6 months later, emotions and anger spilling out as the decision is announced.
Incredibly disappointed. It feels like today, and I think it's a fact, that black lives do not matter to our elected officials in Louisville.
Downtown Louisville has been barricaded and boarded up for days, a state of emergency declared.
This is obviously a day that people across our city and our nation have been anticipating. We have seen strong emotions, grief, anger, conviction, compassion.
More than 100 days of protests continuing now and growing.
We're going to continue to fight. It hurts like hell right now. It hurts real bad.
Along with the uneasy tension that's gripped this city since Taylor's death. Now, a curfew goes in effect across the city at 9 this evening. Officials say police and barricades will also stay in place for as long as necessary here. In Louisville, Jay Gray, Local 4.
All right, Jay, and back in June, prior to today's charges, Detective Hankinson was fired from the Louisville Police Department for his actions in this case. Developing right now, police say the suspected driver who hit and killed a Macomb County road worker has turned himself into police.
As we've been reporting this week, Zach Morissette was working along I-94 near 9 Mile when he was hit by the driver of a white box truck. We bring in Larry Spruill, who's got the very latest. Larry.
Yeah, Devin, well, ever since that accident happened on 94, police say calls have been coming in about the car and the driver. Last night, police found the truck. Now the driver is in custody as well.
Probably right around 1:45 this afternoon, we were contacted by the St. Clair Shores Police Department that an individual had turned themselves in, saying that we were looking for him from that crash.
It's the final piece to this story that has gained the attention of a lot of people in the Metro Detroit area. Lieutenant Michael Shaw with Michigan State Police says 26-year-old Zach Morissette was killed when a vehicle hit him around 3 o'clock Monday. He was working with the Macomb County Department of Roads crew putting down a patch to fix a broken manhole cover. Police said the driver never stopped, and they have been searching for the vehicle and driver since then.
We'll never get over this.
Local 4 talked to the family right after the accident.
He'll never know the void and the heartache that he's caused my family.
Within hours after the accident, Shaw says calls flooded their phones with tips about the white box truck and possible driver. Shaw talked to the family Wednesday, just minutes after the driver turned himself in.
They're very, I think, relieved. I mean, I think sometimes we always talk about, closure and things like that, but it's never going to take away the fact that they have lost their son, but maybe it's something that we can kind of explain to them what actually happened during that day.
And I also spoke with the family right after the news was announced about the driver turning himself in. They tell me that they are relieved, but they are asking for privacy because it's been a very tough couple of days for them. We're live tonight. Larry Sproul, Local 4.
Yeah, Larry, do we know what charges the driver will be facing, if any?
We don't know right now, Devin. I did ask Lieutenant Shaw that very question. He tells me that he turned himself in with his attorney, and they are interviewing him at this very moment. They are waiting for the prosecutor's office to review the case. Devin?
Should know more soon. All right, Larry.
Meanwhile, police have arrested the driver and identified the bicyclist involved in a deadly hit-and-run crash in Ray Township.
Yeah, sheriff's deputies say 53-year-old Joseph J. was riding his bike Tuesday near 27 Mile and Romeo Plank when he was hit. He later died from his injuries. Investigators said the driver did not stop at the scene, and a 46-year-old Ray Township man was taken into custody this morning. Police say he could be arraigned on charges as early as tomorrow.
The number of new coronavirus cases is on the rise since yesterday. Today, the state says 705 new cases have been confirmed, along with 12 new deaths in the past 24 hours.
Well, he was a rising star in Detroit's rap community and starting to get some national attention as well.
Aaron Mays, better known as Jizzle P, was shot and killed last night while sitting in a car on Detroit's west side. Defender Sean Lay spoke to his mother today, and Sean joins us live with more. Sean?
Just a difficult conversation. You're talking about Aaron Mays, the son and loved by so many in his family and neighborhood. Then Jizzle P, his nickname as a rapper, packed with talent. Really a star on the rise. His mom tells me she was right there when someone ran up and shot him to death.
My heart don't hurt, my soul hurt.
It was perfect.
My soul hurt.
He was perfect.
I watched my son die in my face.
Can you imagine watching your own son die? Sanika Mays walked out of her home on Detroit's west side at 8:15 last night. Her son, 25-year-old Aaron Mays, was sitting in a car, the two of them cracking jokes, when someone ran up, firing so many shots at Mays. His mother says she couldn't see the suspect's face. There was so much muzzle flash from the gun.
I couldn't see his face at all. The fire from the gun, it was just too...
Remember hitting the road day and night, taking long trips.
Aaron Mays was well known in Detroit, a rising star in the rap industry known as Jizzle P. Kenny Valentino with Hot 107.5 says when someone like Jizzle P works hard and starts to make it and then is targeted like this, it hurts the young people that look up to him.
It's very motivating to our young people to see someone from your neighborhood, someone who may be from a few blocks or a few miles away from you, begin to make it, and then they're gunned down. It's very sad.
I will say this. I'm going to be strong for him.
All the time. Yes, ma'am.
Guess why?
Yes, ma'am.
That's a fact. He don't want me to cry. He don't want me to mourn.
My brother was
and he
strong.
don't want to be on a T-shirt.
Absolutely devastating for this family, for the thousands of fans that really enjoy Jizzle P's his music. Bottom line here, another family member also hit by that gunfire in critical condition right now. Motive and the gunman still under investigation by Detroit Homicide. We're live tonight. Sean Lay, Local 4 Defenders.
Okay. Sean, thanks.
Tonight we're getting our first look at the E-Course man charged with child abuse of 13-month-old twin boys.
James Gibson faces these charges connected to one of the twins, Zion Reed, as police and prosecutors continue to investigate the death of the other. Jason Colthorpe is following this story for us tonight. Jason, this happened way back in July, right? So why are we just seeing the charges now?
Well, the mother was charged 2 days after it happened, but they were working on this case against the mother's boyfriend for all that time. And we should point out these charges are for the abuse of Zion, not the death of Zaire Reed. Prosecutors and detectives still building that case, but they believe Gibson, the man that was arraigned today, is the one behind the physical abuse. The morning of July 28th, Ecorse police officers responded to a home in Renaissance Estates to find 13-month-old twins Zaire and Zion Reed suffering from what detectives called weeks of obvious abuse. Zaire died at the hospital, and Zion endured surgery for 2 broken collarbones and a broken left femur, and his ears were so badly injured, investigators concluded he'd been picked up by his ears. And those are just the injuries we can tell you about. 2 days later, their mother, Lisa Reed, was charged with first-degree child abuse. Almost 2 months later, her boyfriend, James Gibson, the man who fled from the hospital and was later caught by police, was also arraigned on first-degree child abuse charges.
Given the charges here, the tragedy involved with the 2 twin children, and the history, I do believe a remand without bond is appropriate.
Gibson was paroled from prison in May, and Reed's mother says he began living with Reed and her 2 boys shortly after, and that's when the abuse began. Gibson, who is not the boy's father, was convicted of child abuse about 15 years ago and had been serving time for carjacking. Both Gibson and Reed will be back in court next month. We should also point out that Zion is still recovering from his injuries while living with different family members. We're in Ecorse. Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
All right, Jason. State of California is pumping the brakes on gas-powered cars and trucks. State's Governor Gavin Newsom announced sales of those new vehicles will stop by 2035. California would be the first state with such a rule. Germany and France are among 15 other countries that have a similar requirement. The plan would not ban people from owning gas-powered cars or selling them on the used car market.
Much more to come here at 5. Let's check in with Ben.
Kim and Devin, when you're holding on to the 70s past sunset in autumn, you're doing pretty good. We'll take a look at how things are going to change dramatically next week, though, in just a few minutes.
We all know kids want to go trick-or-treating this year.
And my favorite part is getting candy.
But how safe is it in these times? The CDC released some guidelines. We'll talk to parents and kids for their reactions.
Senators demanding answers from the nation's top health officials. I'm Dr. Frank McGeorge. Ahead, what the heads of the CDC and FDA had to say about the push to find a vaccine and recent retractions of key guidance.